Let's talk about university exams. You know the drill: high stakes, super stressful for students, and honestly, a massive logistical headache for the universities themselves. For decades, the process has pretty much stayed the same. But now, artificial intelligence is walking into the exam hall and it's about to flip the script on everything. So let's dive in and see exactly how this is all going down. And look, this isn't some sci fi fantasy about the distant future, it is happening right now. A recent survey found that a whopping 72% of educational institutions are already planning to pump more money into this kind of technology. The demand for a smarter, more efficient way of doing things is absolutely there. So, why the big rush to change? Well, let's be real, the old way is just broken. The traditional paper based exam comes with all these hidden costs that honestly affect everyone involved. I mean, just think about the chaos for a second. You've got the logistical nightmare of printing and shipping thousands of papers. Then there's the huge potential for human error when it comes to grading. And of course, that agonizingly long wait for results. It's slow, it's stressful, and the whole system is basically screaming for an upgrade. And when you put the old way and the new way side by side, the difference is just night and day. On one hand, you've got the manual process, it's slow, it's expensive, and it's wide open to human mistakes and even bias. But on the other hand, you've got AI and automation promising speed, accuracy, and a process that's way more objective. We're talking about a shift from subjectivity to consistency. This whole AI revolution in exams doesn't just kick in on the day of the test. Nope, it actually starts way before anyone even thinks about picking up a pen. It's all about building a better, fairer test right from the very beginning. And it all kicks off with admissions for those super competitive programs. You know how crucial personal interviews are, right? But man, they take up so much time and money. That's exactly why we're seeing projections that a huge 82% of admissions departments are expected to be using AI in some form to help streamline things like these interviews and even reviewing essays. So, what does an AI interview even look like? Well, a candidate will do a quick, maybe 15 to 20-minute virtual interview. The AI listens and evaluates their answers based on criteria that have been set up beforehand. But this is the important part. A real human, a faculty member, can be watching the whole thing in real time and can even jump in if they need to. See, this isn't about replacing people, it's a hybrid model. It uses the efficiency of AI to help humans make fun of faster and fairer decisions. Okay, next up, actually creating the exam paper itself. Instead of teachers spending hours and hours manually piecing together a test, AI can do a lot of the heavy lifting. It can scan the curriculum, pull relevant questions from a secure database, and compile a balanced paper. But here's the critical thing: the educator always has the final say. It's not about taking away control, it's about saving them a ton of time while maintaining high quality. Alright, so the test is ready to go. Now it's exam day. And with so much remote learning happening, we've hit one of the biggest challenges yet. How in the world do you make sure the exam is fair and secure when your students could literally be anywhere on the planet? Yeah, that's really the $1 million question, isn't it? When you've got thousands of students taking a really important exam from their own living rooms, how do you guarantee a level playing field for everyone? Well, the answer everyone's turning to is AI powered proctoring. So it all begins with making sure the right person is actually taking the test, right? Secure ID verification. Then the AI proctoring systems use video and audio to monitor for any, suspicious behavior. If the algorithm flags something like a student looking off screen a bit too much, it pings a human proctor. And the cool thing is, it's getting smart enough to tell the difference between actual cheating and something innocent, like a family member walking into the shop by accident. And that human proctor, they are absolutely key. This whole setup works because of a concept called human in the loop. This is not about robots taking over, not at all. It's about pairing the incredible processing power of AI with good old fashioned human judgment. That partnership is what makes the whole system trustworthy and fair. Okay, so the exam is finished, pencils down. But AI's work is far from over. In fact, this is where things get really powerful. We are talking about unlocking insights that go way beyond just a simple letter grade at the top of the page. I mean, just look at this. The time difference is staggering. The old school way of grading by hand could take weeks. But with AI powered on screen marking, you're shrinking that whole process down to just a few days, or maybe even hours. That's a total game changer for getting results back to students quickly. So, how does this magic work? Well, the physical answer sheets get scanned, and the AI is smart enough to turn even the messiest handwriting into digital text. From there, the system grades the answers based on a preset rubric. And the best part, this means any bias, conscious or unconscious, about someone's handwriting, gone. Every single student's work is judged purely on what they wrote, not how they wrote it. But this isn't just about speed. All that data creates this amazing feedback loop. Institutions that use these tools get about 20% better at spotting students who are struggling early on. They can even identify gaps in their own teaching. It's huge. And think about what this means for the students. This is totally transformative. Instead of just getting a B minus and not knowing why, you could get a detailed, personalized breakdown of your performance. Like this chart might show that you're crushing it in trigonometry, but you really need to brush up on geometry. That kind of specific, targeted feedback, that's how you actually learn and get better. So when you step back and look at the whole picture, this isn't just some fancy tech upgrade. It's a full blown revolution. And it's got real, tangible benefits for everyone involved: the students, the teachers, and the universities themselves. So, for students, what's in it for them? Well, the whole experience becomes smoother and way less stressful. They get the results faster. The grading is fairer and more transparent. And most importantly, they get personalized feedback that actually helps them figure out what to study next. And what about the teachers? For them, this is all about getting back their most precious time. By automating all that tedious, repetitive administrative work, they can finally focus on what they got into the profession for in the first place: actually teaching, mentoring, and supporting their students. And finally, for the universities as a whole, the benefits are just massive. We're talking about huge boosts in efficiency, which means lower costs. At the same time, they're beefing up the security and credibility of their exams. It's really a powerful way for them to stand out and build a reputation for being on the cutting edge. Look, revamping the university exam is really just the tip of the iceberg. It's a glimpse into a future where technology can make education more efficient, more fair, and way more personalized for everybody. So, I guess the big question to leave you with is, if we can totally reinvent something as old school and established as the final exam, what's next? What other part of education is just waiting for its own AI powered revolution?